could stick them into Aragon, but that would cost me a lot of money that I no longer have, thanks to losing my capital, which is where pretty much all of my money is. And yeah, with their high war score, they're not looking for any kind of peace. Going for the Gulf of Almeria, they might be going here then, which could be a bit of a problem. Don't want to pay for Aragon's fleet basing rights, but I think we might just have to keep them safe. I'll get military access from them as well, because I may need to stick my men there. Excellent, he's taking everybody home. We can take Roma back. You have another dock, Jake? Yeah, but I need to think about getting my troops back home to Italy. Fortunately, I'll only need 2,000 to de-siege Roma. What is also fortunate is that I happen to have 2,000 troops. That's one of them. Can I get military access? Make sure I get to Alicante quickly enough to actually repair my my boats. And good, he's taking all his troops back off of Roma. So we got Gibraltar. They hopefully won't be able to enforce peace on us anymore. Not that they could before, but I still don't want them to. And it means we can take all these folks back home to Roma. Since he only has 4 transports, he won't be able to land that many troops on us at once. The tricky situation will come with him trying to land troops on Granada. I'm surprised he hasn't already tried to, but he seems to be more keen on going home. Does he have revolts? Great pretenders. And not sure if that's going to help us out much, but we'll take it. Actually, I think that's going to work against us, but what you going to do? What would really work against me is if they pinned me in here. But he doesn't seem to be doing that. He seems more keen on getting his troops back home from Roma. That all works to my advantage. This hemorrhaging money certainly does not, though. Alright, there we go. They are getting out of there. So, let's actually merge these guys together, cut off the dead weight, get you guys on the boat. Not exactly a smooth start, but I'll take it. I mean, who would want anything to go too well anyway? Let's get you folks down there just in case they do try naval landing. Naval landing into mountains would not go well for them, even if they had numerical advantage. So with this, we get our troops onto Siena, because it's quite fast to move on to Allied land, or military access land. It takes the guts of a month to go onto other people's land. And then we're going to de-siege Roma, because it's costing us quite dearly here. And dock up our boats, and stop paying Aragon. Still want to throw out an excommunication though. Oh, that's right, I was improving relations with Burgundy. But I left it too long, they started improving relations with me. Could say I forgot about them, and you'd be right. Let's get it up with Savoy instead. It's nice having the extra diplomats, isn't it? So, Granada falls as well. We'll take Almeria. And then everybody wins, except for Granada. Some pretty heavy war exhaustion. Good thing I'm not bummed about it at all. Although I'd quite like to have Roma back, please. Now, normally it wouldn't have much of a garrison because this would be overseas for Morocco, but because it's a capital province, even though it's my capital, they get the bonus to reinforcing the garrison as well. So it grew back really quickly. The main thing I have to hope is that Morocco do not land troops here in Granada. But it seems they have their hands full with pretenders right now, taking their gold province at that. They'd probably be quite keen for peace if they didn't have my, my capital. Okay, that's a problem. It's a fairly big problem, actually. It's a problem that means we need to get our troops back to Granada. A pain that I'd rather not have to deal with. Still, we got Almeria. Move over to Granada, so we're ready to take care of those patriots, get Roma back, and everything goes off to a shaky start. But a survivable one. We can hire mercs from Granada, but as you can see, our money situation is not so hot, thanks to losing our capital, which is most of our tax base. And remember, we lost Avignon as well. The only income we get from Avignon is a paltry sum, because we don't have legitimacy to increase vassal income. We'll be fine, though. Not much to do but speed forward, though. Ah, Aragon will want that alliance once they're out of the war. How about Portugal? Nowhere near it because of great powers. Okay. Either a regency or a woman for Austria. Bad times for Austria. Really bad times for Austria. And by extension me, since they're my stalwart ally right now. That's fine, the game throwing me curveballs is always quite refreshing. I wonder if I would be intercepted if I blockaded Roma. Doesn't matter, I don't have enough to blockade that much base tax. Urbino declared war on Naples. It's opposite world here. Still, we only need 2,000 on Roma. Let's try and get some back to deal with these rebs that are probably going to run into us in Granada. They have 2 maneuvers, so they can outmaneuver us. They won't get the river crossing penalty. Wow, Urbino have grand plans here. Alright, that is Castile's navy wiped. Castile extremely weak now. It's a shame that I am also quite weak. No need for horses here. Let's just get them back over. The tricky thing is now I'm going to have to de-siege another province. And they're getting the blockade bonus to help them with that siege. Well, this is going to be expensive and painful for my men. But that's just part and parcel of it. And now they've sealed in my boats, which is quite a big concern. So let's do what we can. Early bonuses to military are really huge, so they'll run into us in Granada, hopefully. And then we'll be fine. Thing is, I can't annex these guys, not whilst they still have this other guy in the war. Not to mention, we've got really low war score. They could probably enforce peace on us if they wanted to. Alright, Roma down. Now we are the ones to make the demands. Means our war exhaustion is finally going to stop climbing. It's pretty huge right now. But that's actually okay, as long as we don't get any more horrible revolts. I guess Morocco don't want anything here. And once Gibraltar falls, that'll be another pain. Now we've got 2 more years until this war will be going on long enough. Jake's sortie so they siege faster. Can't sortie from provinces that don't belong to you. I might have control of it, but it doesn't mean I own it. I sure hope those Patriots don't destroy us in Granada. A few bad dice rolls, and I'll be in deep trouble. Yeah, if I get enough mill, I'll probably roll myself a new general. Not liking this whole Livonian Order problems. They're at war with 2 people, so if they get wiped out, then that's going to be Holy Trinity down the drain for me. But that's alright, that's just a side problem. My ambitions can't be stopped by the loss of the Livonians. Oh jeez. That's embarrassing. An embarrassing waste of 50 mil. Alright, he's coming for me, which is kind of good. As long as he doesn't get some terrific rolls like a 9 to R0. No problem. Okay, that destroyed our men. And it's going to take quite a while for us to get our men back in this location. They'll probably get it back faster. I think that's what they call really quite bad. Good thing we still got access here. So when I said shaky start, honestly it couldn't be much shakier. DD wrecked. I am getting fairly wrecked, but that's alright. That said, if I don't get Gibraltar back... Oh, okay, off to a grand start. Could be grander if they helped us out with the blockade here. Aha! Castile look like they're gearing up to fight Granada. Jake, can't you just march your troops from Rome if you get a few military accesses? Probably could. Probably. Alright, the war's almost been going on for long enough to get some peace with them. In fact, we can almost peace out Morocco, which is the biggest pain here. My good friend Castile, why don't you march into Granada and take care of these patriots for me? That would be great. See, one of the issues here is that I am getting none of my troops back. But I don't want to merge them together. Lots of things going on in Italy, but I don't have the time to go and check it all out. My diplomats are being a bit lazy here, though. Could almost get, well, could definitely get the alliance with Aragon. They've turned friendly to me. But not whilst we're in an offensive war. Let's keep those relations up with Portugal, because an alliance with them as well could really help us out. So I need to curb stomp Castile into the ground as quickly as I can. And once I have enough of Castile stomped, although they are allied to some big hitters. Okay, that's good. Unfortunately, not quite fast enough to annex them, unless I got Morocco out of this war, which we could easily do. Offer them the grandest of defeat concessions. Yeah, it's worth it. And with that done, I can annex Granada. Welcome to the fold. Granada loses their patriots. I start by thumping down a bit of a missionary here. And now my nation can somewhat repair itself. Now, don't really think we're needed over in Roma quite as much as we're needed here in Granada. Unfortunately, well, we've got papal peasants, Lollard heretics, and Granadan nationalists. Not much we can really do about that, so let's... Gee, that unrest is insane. Truly insane. Let's have more of it. Oh! Yeah, that was the right button. I saw it drop down, I thought, no, I didn't mean to reduce it. But I did. That's fine. So it's not like we're going to pay this guy anything, but there we go. And we can reinforce troops at 100%. Everything's fine. Unless, of course, Castile come to destroy us, which is why we're about to make some pretty meaty alliances around ourselves. We're just slightly off of a Portuguese alliance. But we can get it. We can get it with just a little bit more. So as long as we have our alliances around around Castile, we should be fairly safe from any Castilian intervention. But it's important to get the Portuguese on our side. They don't like us so much. But we could get it if we just get those relations high enough, quickly enough. I mean really quickly. Right, on comes the coalition, but it's just Sunnis. We don't care about them. Not yet. What I do care about is getting plenty of troops over on Granada, because those rebels are growing fast. Jake, why did you put the missionary and pay him 0? It's all part of the plan. Don't you worry, girlie. There we go. Portuguese alliance next month. And they're allied with some big hitters, which is quite nice. Rather have them on my side than theirs. 25th. Bang. So there we go. Castile is in a pinch. If they want to try and attack me, they're going to have to get through Portugal, Aragon, the Holy Roman Emperor, Austria, and the HRE's allies. Because when the HRE is called into a war, that's what happens. Here's a question. If the King of Burgundy dies, does it go to Austria? Or does it go to the current Emperor? Not something I play around with much, so I'm not sure. Our own homelands are revolting here. Religious unity, negative stability, overextension, war exhaustion. Not so good. Unfortunately, you can no longer increase autonomy in your capital just to bring down revolt risk. But that's alright. In fact, come to think of it, what do Lollards even want? Nothing that they're going to get, that's for sure. Current Emperor, if strong enough. Well, that would be Bohemia, probably. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, I think it has to be 8 provinces, actually, if the Emperor isn't Austria. Interesting. Okay, so what's the status with the Livonians other than wrecked? Because I may need to go and snipe them at some point. That's not so hot. Rhodes is being taken over by Rebs. Tell me more about yourself, knights. You allied with Venice. It would not be impossible for me to make you a vassal if it weren't for the horrible distance. Does make the heart ache, doesn't it? Oh well, we can worry about that later. Holy Trinity, like I said, it's just a side quest. Alright, good. Granadan rebels are on their way, and I am ill-equipped to deal with them. They're probably going to come up as 11 stacks, since that is my force limit. It's going to be expensive, and whoa, check the time I need to recruit some mercs. We'll need a couple of them. Heck, we'll probably need 3 of them. And overextension increases their price, that's horrible. Estimated to revolt in 1.2 years. Don't like estimates. Do we even have time to get some regular infantry here? We'll get ourselves a couple of mercs. I know they're expensive, but what can you do? Oh, well, this is something you can do. But I'm not really interested in getting my stability up right now. Gold will have to be the same. Jeez, that's so stupid. Now let's take the stability. It's not ideal right now, but we'll run with it. Jake, you don't need the rebels to spawn in order to accept their demands. True. But I do need the rebels to exist as an entry here, which is what we're working on. Don't worry. I think I know what I'm doing sometimes. And what I do need is a quick water break, so I'll be back in just a couple of minutes. Much better. So I read someone that was saying how whenever I play, everything seems to go my way, and whenever they try to do it, things never work out quite the way they want. Alliances don't fall the way they want. People declare war on them, and just everything doesn't seem to work out quite right, the battles and such. I like to hope that this kind of highlights that things don't always go my way. But when things don't go my way, you just gotta do what you can to set things right. Can't always rely on things going perfectly. The Moroccan intervention had me on my knees there when they took Rome. But in another sense, they've kind of done me a favour. This higher revolt risk means that I'm going to get revolts here much faster. Well, so the theory goes. What isn't promising is that Portugal and Aragon were at war with Castile, and yet Castile won. Also, France chewed up all of that land from England. It's so tempting. If I got that French alliance, everything would just fall into place. But we're not going to be doing that. Now, we hate each other. I wish I could hate you a bit more. But I can't think of many ways to reduce my opinion of you other than offering an alliance and having you decline it. But I can't even do that because they hate me. Making you a rival would work out, but I think you are just a little too big for that. I mean, geez, it's given me Bosnia and still Urbino as rival choices. Urbino's probably soon to be a vassal of Aragon. We'll see how that goes. 10 doesn't feel like enough men, and it seems we have time, so let's actually recruit another infantry and have him shipped over as quickly as we can. And also, now that it's not really such a big issue, I want that claim on Siena. That's not going to work. Firenze's going to take it first. Well, Sardinia are friendless. I still want that claim on Siena. Somebody remind me when Tuscany annexes them. Man, those pretender rebels, they did me a great spot. Thanks a bunch. Is Jake AFK or did my stream freeze? No, I'm right here. For once I didn't forget to unmute myself at the end. Alright, the lack of Granadan nationalists rising up is not working well for me right now. I could be coring Almeria right now, but instead I'm not, because I figured the Granadan nationalists would rise up too fast. It would take 44 months. Yeah, well, let's just leave that be for a moment. Well, farewell knights. Can't even release them now because that province is Greek. I would have to have them spawn here, which means I need to have Aragon not culturally enrich Malta. That's troublesome. Alright, the Teutonics are down to less than 100% to vassalize. Oh, which reminds me, getting friendly with Poland would be a great idea. Poland and or Muscovy. The trouble is they're getting extremely powerful around there, which would make it very difficult for me to slot myself in. We're forward for Austria, Aragon, Portugal, and Avignon. I would love a Polish alliance, but I need my points right now. Both military and admin are great. Diplo not so much. I'll figure it out. Talking about the stream not being frozen to a guy whose stream is frozen on stream. Remember, this is the guy who conquered the world with 3Q. Nice. Nightbeer's just a little salty because I haven't read his poem yet, but I will. There's a brilliant poem about Ragusa that needs to be known by all the world. Oh, whoa, what happened here? Tuscany? Guess I got wrapped up in something still. This is my chance. Siena, you will be mine. But I was really hoping that Tuscany would take Siena there. It would work out to my favour massively. Okay, people probably wouldn't be very happy at me consuming them, but what you gonna do? Christendom must be collectively scratching its head at the actions of the Pope. We just want a little holiday home down here in Gibraltar. Is that really too much to ask? Possibly. Alright, those Grenadans, I need to be ready to deal with them. Now, hopefully they don't ravage me like they did before with our really bad battle Pope. They could well do that. But I'm counting on the desert mountain plus river to help us out here. Jake, is Sardinia independent? Yeah, we're forging a claim as